It's fair to say we all want to be healthier, but making time to go to the gym can be challenging when you're at the beginning stages of your fitness journey. Today, our guest Daniel and I, your host Sam Aiko, will be discussing practical tips anyone can use to lose weight and have more energy without going to the gym. Daniel's mission is to help men with busy schedules love the way they look and feel. He is a certified personal trainer and exercise and nutrition university graduate. Follow our show and bookmark our podcast so you don't miss out on our fantastic Matrix mentors. It's fantastic to meet you, Daniel.
Thanks a lot for having me. I'm really excited for this.
Can you tell us about your story?
Definitely so. As you can probably hear from my accent, I'm from Israel. When I was six, my family and I moved to China. I grew up there. At 18 years old, I decided to go to Canada because my two older brothers, one of them was in Australia, another one was in America, so I wanted a different country, just giving it a try. Went to school for exercise and nutrition, and initially wanted to be a physical therapist, but after my second or third year of university, I wanted to become a personal trainer, and in the last 2 years or so, I decided to become an online fitness trainer so I can help even more people.
That's awesome. Can what are some what are some s- what are some things that you learned in exercise nutrition that you think a lot of people should know?
I mean, there's so many myths about you can't eat carbs late at night, for example, or like you have to stick to only vegan or only keto. The truth is, there are certain principles that apply to all human beings. Like if you burn more calories than you consume, you'll lose weight. And there's so many individual preferences that work great for some people but not for others. So keto can be fantastic for some individuals, but simply doesn't fit well with other individuals. So there isn't a one size fits all. That's the probably biggest takeaway that I've taken.
Are the best diets based off of genetics?
Genetics definitely play a role, but the best diets is honestly whatever person can stick to in the long term. I like to say that if you can't stick to a diet for a decade, then don't try it for a day. The goal isn't to look good for an Instagram picture or be on a magazine, right? The goal is to look and feel good for the rest of your life.
I love that answer and I agree. What inspired you to become a fitness trainer?
When I was a kid, when I was a teenager, I used to play a lot of basketball and I felt really confident in the basketball court, but I didn't feel my confidence translated into everyday life. In everyday social interaction, everywhere I went, whether it was the mall, grocery shopping, movies, whatever it was, if I didn't have a basketball in my hand, I didn't feel confident. I was an insecure kid. But when I started going to the gym, when I started working out more, I was able to take my body with me everywhere I go. No matter where I went, I always had my body, right? And it's the same with any other skill. If you're extremely good at playing piano, for example, that's wonderful. But unless you have a piano near you, you can't show it off. But with fitness, it is extremely translatable. You take it with you everywhere you go. So after I got myself in pretty good shape, I wanted to help others get in good shape as well. And since the whole world is online, I actually discovered that I'm able to help more people online than I can in person. I have trained people both in person and online, but because the majority of results come from diet and accountability, which you can only do online anyways, my online clients simply got a lot better results than my in-person clients.
How is it like trans like cuz this technology is relatively new for a lot of us. How is
Right.
it like taking something that's more of an in-person practice and bringing it online? How was that transition for you as a personal trainer?
It's definitely different, and I can actually focus on, as I mentioned, things that are actually more important because in-person training they only focus on working out, which is definitely crucial, but it's only 20% of the equation. So they completely neglect that and accountability, which is the majority of it. So because I'm able to focus on things that are most important, it's a lot more fun for me because I'm able to get my clients results a lot quicker and more sustainably.
That's so cool. I love how things are transitioning now and how you can have influence across the world.
100%, yeah.
What are what are top 3 life lessons you've learned during your career?
Top three life lessons. Well, I would say the Best way to be inspirational to others is not to lecture them and be like, hey, you should do this. It's not to motivate them with your words, is to be an inspiring person. And that applies to everything. So let's say that you have a cousin that is massively unhealthy, maybe obese, maybe suffering from having taken a lot of medications due to the fact that obviously they don't want to die, so they have no choice. Instead of telling them, hey, work out, hey, eat this, become a person who is inspirational, become that guy who is able to, just your presence is inspiring, right? That will motivate them a lot more that it's actually possible rather than you lecturing them.
I love when I go to the gym and I see smoothie bars. However, I don't love smoothie bar prices. With my BlendJet 2 portable blender, I can make smoothie bar quality beverages for a fraction of the price, right before or after my workout. Blend anytime, anywhere with BlendJet 2 portable blender. Go to blendjet.com and use the code OrganicMatrix12 to get 12% off your order and free 2-day shipping. Shop today and get the best deal ever.
I would say the second thing is to master your health and fitness and master particularly aspects that don't take a lot of time and effort, right? So again, working out is great, it's definitely beneficial, but before you even think about that, master the quality of your sleep. That doesn't take time or effort, you just need to know how to do it. Master having, let's say, a water bottle everywhere you go, right? It doesn't take time or effort, but it helps tremendously improve your health. Master habits that, again, don't take a lot of time and effort and move the needle in your favor. So, for example, every time, right now I'm talking, doing a podcast, this is a standing desk. Every time I'm on the phone, I'm always walking, I'm never sitting down. This is habits are ingrained in me that don't take time or effort, and again, move the needle in my favor, get me the results I want. And the third thing I would say is the easiest way to change your environment, and the easiest way to succeed is to change your environment, and this applies to fitness and to basically anything. But if you have fit people around you, then it's a lot easier to be fit. If nobody around you is fit, then if you talk to someone who is fit and who has your best intention in heart, who wants to help you, then that will obviously help you get results as well.
Absolutely. It is a lot more fun when you have a bunch of friends inviting you to do active things like, hey,
100%.
do you want to go hiking today? And it like makes it a lot more fun than thinking it's like a workout.
Yeah, most definitely.
I love those tips. Thank you so much. What is the most underrated way to improve the way you look and feel?
I believe the most underrated way to improve the way you look and feel is to talk to yourself differently. The way you speak, the thoughts you say, the thoughts you have, the words that you say have an impact on your behavior, on your actions, on your destiny, right? So, if Samantha, as an example, if I tell you you can't push this button, you're not allowed to push the button, make sure you don't press this button. What do you want to do?
I won't press that button.
I want to push the button, right? So when somebody tells us we can do something, all we want to do is do that thing. When we tell ourselves we can't do something, we want to do the thing even more. If we tell ourselves we can't eat donuts, we can't drink alcohol, we want to binge. So instead say, I don't eat donuts, I don't drink alcohol. And that will have a huge impact on your intentions because you're way less likely to binge. Instead, you'll be like, oh, well, it's not, I don't feel like it, I don't do it. And whatever you tell yourself enough times, eventually you'll believe. If you'll be like, yeah, I'm not a person that drinks alcohol, eventually you'll be like, yeah, I don't like the taste, I don't want to do it. But if like, oh no, I can't drink alcohol, then like, oh come on, just one drink. Ah, fine, I have one drink, and then you binge. Right? We don't want to do that. And this applies to everything. One of the first things I tell my clients is, you are an athlete. Think about what would an athlete do if they don't feel like working out? What would an athlete do if they don't feel like eating a certain food? What will an athlete do if they don't know what to do? Well, they'll hire a coach, they'll ask questions, they'll still give in the best effort. Only talk to yourself in ways that will benefit you, right? A lot of a common thing that a lot of people say is, I have a slow metabolism. And hey, that might be true. But why are you focusing on things that can't change? You should only focus on things that you can change, right? So there's nothing wrong with saying I have a slow metabolism, but you can say I have a slow metabolism, so I'm going to work extra hard, so I'm going to do this, this, and this, right? As long as you have a plan. And another example is some people say, I don't have motivation to work out. Well, do you have motivation to brush your teeth? No, you just do it. It's something you do, right? So your whole mindset is huge. The way you talk to yourself will determine whether you succeed or not in anything, and fitness is no exception.
I love a couple of things that you mentioned really stood out to me. It was the intention. And the other thing was, well, I'm going to start with the intention. Coach Daniel, how important is our intentions when it comes to developing our fitness and health? How does our intentions play a role in developing a healthier lifestyle?
It's huge because if your goal is to only reach a certain weight, after you reach that weight, you probably go back to the weight you were before, right? But if your goal is to have a healthier lifestyle, if your goal is to feel better, if your goal is to inspire others, if your goal is bigger than yourself, then you will not only reach the goal, you'll surpass it and inspire others to do the same, right? So your intention shouldn't be so data driven. It should be just to be do the best you can.
Yeah, sometimes when we make intentions that are like superficial, like having that Instagram body, something that you mentioned earlier, it can make our goals very short term, right?
Yeah.
But what I'm hearing is like we want a lifelong commitment. What are some examples of intentions people can program into themselves to encourage this long term commitment instead of a short term gratification?
Definitely. So it's all about changing people's habits. So I say the best way to lose weight and keep it off sustainably is to eat more of what you enjoy, not less. And that sounds like an appealing statement, so I will elaborate. The way you get results by eating more of what you enjoy is a simple exercise everybody that's listening can do is simply take 10 minutes and write all of your favorite foods. Don't filter if it's healthy, not healthy, expensive, inconvenient. Just write everything down. After you have that written down, underline everything that you think is healthy. Now, ideally, you have a professional with you to tell you, hey, actually, this is not healthy, or be like, hey, actually, you thought it's not healthy, but it actually is. So, having a professional can definitely help you decipher some of the knowledge gaps you might have. But 80% of the times, you're probably correct of what you believe. So, if all you do is do this 10-minute exercise of write everything you enjoy eating, underline what you believe is also healthy, you already have a meal plan. Now, I suggest that is 80% of what you consume. And to make it so that you have more healthy, tasty foods that you enjoy, instead of subtracting foods, let's add foods. So every couple of weeks, go to the grocery store, try a new vegetable, try a new fish that you've never tried before, and you can add more food into your arsenal that you enjoy. Because there's so many foods that we love, we just don't know that we love because we've never tried it. So it's great to try new foods, and some of them might be healthy, some of them might be tasty. If it's healthy and tasty, fantastic. That's more that also can be added to your meal plan. And your meal plan is not something that's strict, it's something that's really customized to you. It's not a keto, it's not a vegan, it's a Samantha meal plan, right? It's dedicated to you because it's filled with healthy and tasty options. And if in your vicinity you only have healthy and tasty options, you'll be successful.
I love that. And that's so exciting. That's like really fun when you like think of it like write down your favorite foods and like make it work. Like someone's favorite food could be pizza, but there's healthy ways to make pizza. So I love that
100%.
first step. Hey there, coffee lovers. Did you know that your daily cup of joe might be tainted with oils and chemicals? If you follow me on social media, you are well aware that I'm all about checking labels, and it's time we say goodbye to these harmful additives in 2023. Shockingly, many of Americans' beloved coffee creamers contain ingredients that you'll never knowingly mix into your coffee, such as canola oil, this potassium phosphate, and artificial flavors. But don't worry, we've got your back with Liard Superfood Creamers. These creamers are made from top notch, all natural, real food ingredients, giving you nothing but the best in every sip. Here's an inspiring tale. Liard began tinkering with his morning coffee routine almost 20 years ago. He discovered that adding healthy fats like coconut oil to his coffee not only enhanced the taste, but also provided him with incredible energy that lasted throughout the day. Eventually, he crafted the ultimate fuel packed coffee and started sharing his secrets with his surf buddies. So, why not make the switch to Liard Superfood Creamers today? Elevate your morning ritual, fuel your day with clean energy, and never worry about hidden and harmful ingredients again. Are you ready to feel more energized, focused, and supported? Go to liardsuperfoods.com and add nourishing plant based foods to fuel you from sunrise to sunset. Use our promo code Organic Matrix at checkout to save 15% off your purchase today.
Yeah, there's so many different ways to incorporate your favorite foods. And another thing you can do is if there's a food that it's really healthy but you only kind of like, then you can sprinkle it in every once in a while. So, as an example for me, not long ago, I didn't like the taste of onions. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either. But every time I ordered a sandwich or made soup or had chicken, for example, I put a bit of onions. And now I love it because I've been doing it for so long. I love putting extra onions. So now, again, I added more healthy, tasty foods that I enjoy. And as I mentioned, I believe enjoying having a diet, having a you diet is not about subtracting, it's about adding. It's about incorporating more of your favorite foods, not eliminating.
I love that because I'm an American, and Americans don't like the idea of having less. But a lot
Yeah,
of times we assume that if we have a goal, that we have to make sacrifice of some sort, some type of deprivation, some kind of scarcity, and I feel like that's what causes people to binge when they like
percent.
when they say, "Oh, I can't eat this, I can't eat that," and then at the end of the night, you're like, "Oh, I didn't eat it. It's 12 o'clock at night. Oh, I'm gonna just sneak in this cookie."
Yeah,
So I love your approach. The other thing, the second thing that you mentioned that I wanted to elaborate on was feeling versus doing. A lot of us think like a lot of us live by our feelings and our impulses. Like, oh, I'm feeling kind of tired today. I don't want to do my workout, right? But I like how you said it's something that we need to add in our routine. Like, we don't feel like brushing our teeth. Some of us don't feel like taking a shower, but it's
yeah.
completely necessary. Can you tell us about feeling versus doing?
That's a great point that you made because you just need to have a higher standard for yourself. Because you already do have a standard for yourself. Most people that are listening don't care how they feel, they'll brush their teeth anyways. They don't care how long the day was, they're going to take a shower no matter what. Most people, not everyone, most people. So you need to set your standard even higher. Be like, I don't care how I feel, I'm still going to be a nice person. I don't care how I feel, I'm still going to exercise. I don't care how I feel, I'm still going to call my mom. There's certain standards that you have to have and make them non-negotiable. Make them things that you do no matter what. And when people say the reason why I ate was because I was hungry, right? That's sort of like saying the reason why I punched that person is because he made me angry. Just because you feel that way doesn't mean you have to act on it. Now, I'm not saying there's cases where you shouldn't act on it, but that shouldn't be your first instinct. Let's forget the violent example for a second, focus on the hunger. If you feel hungry, my suggestion is drink 3 cups of water, take a 10-minute walk, then decide if you're hungry again. Because so often our hunger is disguised as boredom or dehydration. So you have to make sure that it's not that. And as I mentioned, just drink 3 cups of water, take a 10-minute walk, focus on a different task. Then in 20 minutes, see if you're hungry or not. Many times you won't be. If you are hungry, then cool. You have permission to eat, and you should eat you should pick foods from the list we just made, which was healthy and tasty.
I like that. Healthy and tasty. That's my favorite. So, how can we get results without going to the gym?
100%. So as I just mentioned, primarily focus on the easy wins, things that don't take a lot of time or effort but move the needle in your favor. So improving sleep quality, drinking more water, having a healthy tasty list, and incorporating daily activities that allow you to be more active. So simply taking the stairs or again walking while talking on the phone, things like that. And also a lot of people forget that our muscles they don't see whatever the number of or on the sorry our muscles don't know how much weight we're lifting, right? They don't see how heavy a dumbbell is. They just know tension. and you can manipulate tension in so many different ways. So let's take the example of a push-up, right? You can do a bench press or you can do a dumbbell press at the gym, but you can also do push-ups at home. But if push-ups are too difficult, you can do knee push-ups. If that's too difficult, you can do wall push-ups, right? And depending on your angle, you can make it easier and easier. On the other hand, if push-ups are too easy, you can do diamond push-ups. You can elevate your feet up to make it more difficult. So there are thousands of ways to manipulate tension in your chest so you can work out your chest more without dumbbells or bench press, right? And you can apply that to every single muscle. So if you have a plan, you have a coach who knows exactly what they're doing, who has done this to hundreds of other clients, regardless of your schedule, regardless of your fitness level, regardless of your lack of equipment, you can always get results as long as you have a tailored plan.
I love that. Is that a part of your program? Like if we had a Matrix member who wanted to work with you, would you assist them in making a program?
100%. I do everything. With my program, it's not like a $10 PDF that I give them and say good luck. It's the opposite of that. It's extremely intimate, it's extremely customized. Everything is one-on-one. So I know exactly what equipment they have. And again, most of my clients have none, right? They have 5 kids, 2 jobs, don't have time. They can just do 20 minutes in and out. That's it, right? So doesn't matter your fitness level, doesn't matter your schedule, doesn't matter what you have. As long as you have a customized plan, you can do that. And I help my clients with working out, with nutrition, accountability, all of that.
Oh, it sounds like a package deal.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you think is the number one reason people can't get sustainable results?
The number one reason people can get sustainable results is because they lack accountability. Imagine if you were trying to graduate high school, but you had no parents to tell you to go to school, you had no teachers to make sure that you attended, right? Nobody would graduate high school. It would make it so much more difficult. If you don't have accountability, if you don't have people watching you, you won't do it. And again, with the example of school, if you're in a math class and the teachers walk away, nobody's doing math problems. Everybody's talking to each other. Nobody's doing what they're supposed to, right? And a lot of times, that is the missing piece because many times people know what to do. They don't know have all the information, right? But they do know sort of what to do. But because they don't have anybody that to keep them accountable, because they don't have a support system to ensure they succeed, that causes them to fail.
Absolutely. Support is number one because I could see the impact in that because if we were able to switch gears and become accountable on our own, like we would have done it a long time ago. Like it's
100%.
essential to have. Yeah, it's so special. It's so amazing to have your own like mentor, someone who's like in your corner, checking out your nutrition, keeping you accountable. Like I love the work that you do, and I thank you for it.
I really appreciate that. And yeah,
Do you have kids, little cousins, nieces, and nephews? If so, I bet you're tired of the pain from stepping on Legos. And I bet you're fed up with the subpar cardboard jigsaw puzzles. We have a fantastic solution for you today. Go Puzzles. These puzzles aren't just like any other ordinary jigsaw puzzle. They're an exceptional work of art, meticulously crafted from genuine wood, breathtaking designs, and distinct shapes. Wongo Puzzles promise not only a delightful but stimulating experience, it'll keep you hooked. And the best part? All the pieces are guaranteed to be included, so you'll never have to worry about an incomplete puzzle again. Indulge your puzzle passion with Wongo Puzzles, a true treat for your intellect and creativity. Say goodbye to flimsy cardboard and hello to premium wooden jigsaw puzzles. They're 100% wooden and they'll last forever. Each piece is hand drawn, so no two pieces are the same, and you'll discover some fun, whimsical pieces as you work through it. They come in custom wooden box, which is a perfect gift for storage. With stunning designs and unique shapes, Wongo puzzles are a cut above the rest. I love doing the snow globe puzzle myself. It was a great to pull out a puzzle and have it done at night and have it on the table and not have it on the table for a week. What are you waiting for? Go to wongopuzzles.com and pick your puzzle today. And be sure to use the promo code Organic Matrix to get 10% off your order. This is the most fun you'll have with the puzzle, I guarantee. Or get your money back. Go to wongopuzzles.com and use the code Organic Matrix to get 10% off your order and get puzzling right now.
Just like as you mentioned, if you could have done it on your own, you already have. You already would have, right? So ask for help. There's nothing wrong for asking for help. Thinking that you can do it on your own when you failed in the past is pretty arrogant, right? Imagine if I failed my first four driving classes, right? And I've never had a driving instructor. It would be arrogant for me to believe that I can simply pass my next driving instructor. If I keep trying to drive on my own without a driving instructor, I will crash. I'll get injured. Something bad will happen. It's so much better to put my ego aside for a second, ask for help, customized help, instead of just watching YouTube videos of how to drive somebody that's there with me, right? And that is the best way to succeed.
I agree. Can you share with us a story of a client of yours, a success story that inspired you to continue coaching?
You cut off, by the way. I can't hear you.
Daniel, are you there? Moses. Daniel?
Recording in progress. But in terms of like income, the reason why I want to hit that goal is not because I want to buy, surface level shit. Like I want to be able to for the people out there in terms of this nonprofit. So that's why it's easy for me to wake up every single day because I have that purpose and I move with intention.
If you didn't have the intention and perspective, would you have found your purpose?
What was that? If you didn't move with intention and have the right perspective, would you have found your purpose? No. And it's a choice too. Like
Daniel, I would love to hear a success story of one of your clients that inspired you to continue coaching.
Definitely, that's a really good question. So the first person that comes to mind, his name is Randy, and he is one of my first paid clients back when I first started a couple of years back. And what was interesting with him was that he wanted to do it, but then before he joined my program, he wanted to talk to his wife, and his wife was extremely skeptical. She's like, "No, I don't trust anything online. You should do this on your own." But he took matters into his own hands because he's been severely overweight, taking medications. He just didn't like his life anymore, so he basically wanted to do anything just to change. And he was willing to do a month. And after he saw some results, he did another month, another month, another month. And what was funny was after a couple months, his wife couldn't stop thanking me. She kept saying how I got my husband back. He's always happy now. I'm so glad that you convinced him. I'm so glad that he took this opportunity. And that was just very heartwarming to hear that the person who was more skeptical can't stop thanking me for her husband taking initiative and taking his life into his own hands, which improved their relationship a lot.
Oh, that's so wonderful. That must have been so heartwarming for you. Thank you so much for
100%.
sharing that with us. That's amazing. It's like you're like people don't know how good life feels until you're healthy.
Yeah,
Can you mention some life changes people don't always expect, like for that they get when they start correcting their health? Like for example, being healthier improves relationships. That's something that's like an indirect benefit. I would love to know what are some other indirect benefits of being healthy that we can experience once we change our lifestyles.
definitely. Social interaction is a huge one. You just feel more confident in your own clothes. You can wear your favorite clothes because so many times the nicest clothes just look better when you're fit, right? So not only are you able to wear nicer clothes, but everything you wear looks nicer, right? And this gives you a lot more confidence. You're a lot more comfortable in your own skin, and when you look good, people just admire you without you saying a word. Right? So social interaction is huge, but also in terms of your job, you're a lot more productive. You're able to make a lot more money. You'll be able to think a lot quicker, a lot more focused. You'll be able to handle a lot more stress. So I honestly believe that not taking care of your health is financially irresponsible because why would you not invest in the biggest asset that you have, which is yourself? Because if you want to succeed in the long term over the next 20, 30 years, crypto, stocks, all of that might go down, might go up, even real estate, but your own self is something that will last literally your entire life. Might as well make an investment in it.
Amen. I love it. I agree. That's golden. So, Daniel, I'm sure a lot of Matrix members have grown a liking to you and your program, and a lot of them want to work with you. Where can they find you?
Definitely. So my website is danielrazfit.com. So that's DANIELRAZFIT.com. I'm very active on Twitter at DanielRaz_fit and Instagram DanielRazFit. I post different content over there because Twitter is mostly tweets and Instagram is all reels. So definitely recommend you check me out on both.
Awesome. I will be posting Daniel's social media links in the description below. Would you like to share some words of wisdom before our rapid fire round?
Yes, invest in the biggest asset you have, which is yourself. I already mentioned this, but it's so important. So many people are like, okay, I have some money now. Let me look into real estate. Let me look into crypto and stocks. Let me buy a guitar or piano or basketball. And hey, again, those are all great. But you, your most transferable skill, every dollar that you put into improving yourself will improve every aspect of yourself. If every dollar you put into investing in you playing basketball or piano only improves that aspect, but improving yourself improves all aspects. And nothing's more important than your health because without it, you're literally dead. So make sure to have your priorities right.
Amen. I love it. So our rapid fire round, these are a few fun and random questions. Are you
Sounds
ready?
good. I'll try to think fast.
Which word would you use if you can only use one word for the rest of your life?
Progress.
Yes, that's a good word. Would you rather have intelligence over looks?
Yes.
Because if you're intelligent, you can make your looks better, I feel like.
If you know what to do, 100%.
Would you rather stay in or go out on a Friday night?
Stay in 100%.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Daniel. I love the golden nuggets that you gave us today. I feel like you've humbled me in this conversation to stay focused on making clear intentions, long-term goals, and have my priorities right. I hope you
Yep.
enjoyed the show. For a free consultation with Daniel, check out his website, www.danielrazfit.com. All feedback is welcome and helps us serve our fellow Matrix members. To stay up to date with our Matrix mentors and what we have in store for you, bookmark our website and subscribe to our podcast and YouTube channel. It was great to have you with us on the Organic Matrix Show, and we'll be seeing you on the following download.